All right, Shalom. Call Haloyim Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Chakwadash, and Shun Yukubad, Gadwala Requab, Zaquanim Nawa, Washalayakim Nawa. That's the belongers to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom, Wabarakim, Labakayim, Shalayasharala. That's peace and blessings to the elect of Israel, and as always, may a double portion of the Holy Spirit be put upon all the brothers that are still offering your bodies as a living sacrifice to push out this word in truth and in sincerity. So I just wanted to make a quick video concerning Revelation 6, verses 9 and 10 again. And I know I made a video a few days ago, maybe. One of my latest 2 or 3 videos ago, I guess it was. But the Most High has just given me inspiration and provoking thought concerning a few scriptures in here. So I just wanted to touch on this again, and specifically verse 10. So we're going to start reading here at verse 9. Revelation 6 and 9 says, "And when he had opened the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of the Most High, and for the testimony which they held." So they are going to be martyrs, as mentioned before. "And they cried with a loud voice." Now those martyrs are saying this: "How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth?" And of course, verse 11, "And white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season, until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled." But the point, like I mentioned here, is in verse 10. It says, "How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth?" So those martyrs are looking for avenge. When we look up that word avenge now, we may even just look up judge as well. Let's look up judge first. The word judge in the Greek, it's kreno. And it says to separate, put asunder, to pick out, select, to approve, esteem, prefer. Let's get down to the point, though. All right, 5b looks good. It says to pronounce judgment, to subject, to censor of those who act the part of judges or arbiters in matters of common life. That's not bad either. To rule, to govern. The point is basically that these people, these martyrs, are actually looking for the Most High to judge those that put them to death for the Most High's sake, for preaching this doctrine. Now, when we look up that word avenge, the word avenge in the Greek is ektikeo. It's ektikeo, and it says to vindicate one's right, to do one justice, to protect, defend, to avenge a thing, to punish a person for a thing. And even down here in the Strong's definition, to the bottom of the screen, it says to retaliate. That word retaliate literally means to fight back, or to make an attack or assault in return for a similar attack. Now, you're not going to hear this at all in the church, in any churches actually, but most definitely not in the Christian churches. But righteousness is, or retaliation, or I'm going to say avenge, whatever you want to call it, it's all righteous. It's righteousness. Getting revenge is righteousness. That's probably what I'm going to call this video. Getting revenge is a righteous thing. And those martyrs that are up there in heaven, whether now or soon to be martyrs, they're going to be asking for the Most High to get revenge, basically. When are you going to retaliate? Because we died and we were martyrs for your sake. And that's a righteous thing to ask. You know, it's not out of order or anything like that. And the Most High is going to get revenge for us. And then we're going to get revenge as well. This is the book of 1 Thessalonians, or 2 Thessalonians, actually. Chapter 1. And we'll start reading at verse 3. It says, "We are bound to thank the Most High always for you, brethren, as it is meet, because that your faith groweth exceedingly, and the charity of every one of you all toward each other aboundeth, so that we ourselves glory in you in the churches of the Most High, for your patience and faith in all your persecutions and tribulations that ye endure, because persecutions and tribulations are right around the corner, which is a manifest token of the righteous judgment of the Most High, that ye may be counted worthy of the kingdom of the Most High, for which ye also suffer. So these persecutions and tribulations, they're basically coming from the Most High, and it's basically, it's what's making us worthy of the kingdom. That's going to be our reward for going through these persecutions and tribulations. Now it says, for which ye also suffer, seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. It is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. And when did the trouble happen? From the persecutions and tribulations. And the reward or the recompense is going to happen in the kingdom of heaven. When we look up that word recompense now, if it would load. Let me see if I can click it out, click back in. There we go. To recompense. Ooh, and let's just play that in the Greek. Hopefully y'all can hear this.
Strong's G 467. Antipodidomi. Antipodidomi.
Antipodidomi. Had to say it at least once, right? Okay, so it means in a good sense, in a good sense, to repay, requite. In a bad sense, penalty and vengeance. And it's not good or bad, it's just literally righteous, if you will. If we had to choose a side, then of course it's good. But at the end of the day, the proper word is just, it's a righteous thing, as it actually said in that verse. Penalty, vengeance. That's all it's coming down to. That's literally all it's coming down to. Down here, to requite, in the Strong's definition, to requite, recompense, render, repay. What does the word requite mean? Let's look it up. To return or avenge. Make an appropriate return for it. And the appropriate return is going to be slavery. That's exactly what the appropriate return is going to be. And some of our forefathers actually prophesied about that day. This is the book of, let me think, off the top of the dome, Jeremiah, I think, right? Let me see what Jeremiah was talking about. Jeremiah 30, verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. This is going to happen in the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be established here on earth. So yes, we, the nation of Israel, the children of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, are going to have slaves in the kingdom of heaven. That's how it's going to be. Let me get our forefather Isaiah, because that's coming to mind. Isaiah 14, starting at verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and these strangers are the scattered Israelites, those that have been scattered amongst the other nations. And they're going to be joined with them, it says, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So a mighty change is going to happen in the earth very, very, very soon. It's right around the corner. Those who oppressed us, those who brought tribulation and persecution among us, those who mocked us because of what we were doing and standing up for righteousness in the name of our power, well, we're going to get recompensed. We're going to be recompensed for that. We're going to be able to receive. There's a word that I was thinking of because we touched on this yesterday at camp, but you know, for the sake of the video, we're going to be avenged at the end of the day. I was thinking of a different word, but we're going to be avenged, and it's a righteous thing. It's a righteous thing, basically. So that's all the precepts that I had in mind. I do pray that the elect were edified. Call Halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash. The belongings to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.